Take a look at some of his clips on Twitch TV. That's Twitch TV/Hitch. Hitch. Hitch. Trevor's going round the world, catching rides and sleeping in tents. Don't you know he's streaming it live? Take a look at some of his clips on Twitch TV. That's Twitch TV/Hitch. Hitch. Hitch. Trevor's going round the world, catching rides and sleeping in tents. Don't you know he's streaming it live? Take a look at some of his clips on Twitch TV. That's Twitch TV/Hitch. Hitch. Hitch.
All right, good morning. It's Hitchhiking Twitch on TwitchCon EU Amsterdam, day 11. That's where I slept last night. Good morning, everyone. Yes, it is morning. 10:28 a.m. Cool. How you doing? Welcome back. I don't know what the weather's like. Still alive. Yeah, we're still alive. Derek isn't even here. He's like, yeah, I'm leaving really early. You don't have to. You can leave whenever. I'm like, alright. Alright. Ooh, I should show you what we had for dinner. Where are we? A small town. I don't even remember the name. Come with this bed? I found it quite comfy. There's some kind of fish and potatoes and vegetables. It's good. Alright, so we're just gonna pack this up. I have the entire house here. He said there's like some bread on the counter there I can have if I want. Really, he said I could get anything I want. He's like, oh, if you find anything in the freezer, I'm not gonna dig through his freezer. But maybe I'll have some bread. How many hours a night do you guys sleep? Sometimes a lot, sometimes a little. Depending on my life and my situation. Alright, let's pack the bag. Come with me. Yeah. Maybe? No. Still gas bars? No. I hitchhiked 2 rides yesterday after leaving. The Coconut, the boat that gas bars on right now, and the second person that picked me up, Derek. He invited me over to stay for the night, so I am at Derek's house. Very nice. Pick up a random stage or be like, yeah, just crash out. I was actually excited to camp outside last night. I thought the conditions were pretty good. We're on the coast of France, so like probably not the worst place to camp. But one of the coolest experiences about hitchhiking is when someone picks you up and invites you over and stuff. I don't think there's any better way to experience a culture than to, get invited into their house and live it. Should do. Starting to get a collection of cardboard here. I'll have to clean that up at some point. It's good. Modem and cell phone on the counter. Don't forget that, although I couldn't really forget that because once we walk away from the modem, then we're going to lose internet, so we'd have to problem solve at that point, yeah. Have you charged your batteries? Yes, I charged them. Charge anything you want to charge. Lens properly on it. Yeah, it is because I was checking it and it didn't look that good, but it's as centered as it can be. Hotel. No, this is a guy who picked me up. Let me crash at his place in a spare bedroom. This guy who picked you up at work. He's just like, yeah, I leave early. You don't have to leave. You can leave whenever you want to. Alright. Fill the water bottle. That's a good idea. Should do that. Alright, that's it. How to keep a strong signal whilst hiking? I don't always. We're going to lose signal, probably in this house. Going to Scandinavia before reaching Amsterdam. That's the plan, yeah. That is the plan. See? House. Where's this bread? Lingerie. Just feeling what was in there. I'll probably just walk to the local place and not take his stuff. He offered it to me, but I'll just let it be. Considering doing live streams in Canada, the signal's really wonky. Any advice? Yeah, Canada's not the best. In cities, you should be able to run an okay stream. Outside of that, not that great. You'll just have to run it at a lower bit rate than potentially other places. I'll leave it there. Yeah, there was a boulangerie in like the center of town that looked really good. So we're gonna go there and then get some food and hopefully coffee. I forget what sells what anymore. And then walk out of town to actually there's a service station on the expressway that I think I can walk to, or I could take the national road. So I got choices. Fill up your water. Oh yeah, you guys just said that and I forgot. I need to get a different water bottle. I don't like this one. This is 500 milliliters. I want like a 750 or 1 liter bottle. Like it's not that hot, so I don't drink as much as if it was hot, but oh yeah, this is not a water bottle pocket. This is a random other thing. This is a water bottle pocket with green stuff in it. Actually, I could use this bottle once I finish it, clean it out. What size is it? It's 750 mils. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna cover the lens or the camera just while I go down there for privacy's sake. Where's the dog? Good question. I don't know. Maybe he takes the dog with him. Oh, it's overcast today. Looks like it might rain. Someone said it might rain. Oh, it is raining. Ever so slightly. Another day on the road? Yeah. Another day on the road. A lot of rules for chat. Yeah, the list has got long, but I think it really comes down to don't be a dick. And really, the only people that really have a problem with any of the chat rules are people that kind of act like a dick. Right about the rain. Yeah, you were. I think, yeah, I did. I saw someone say it was gonna rain and I'm like, well, is it? it's France, and it's in the south, and it's so far been very nice. So I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. And then you were right. And now I'm sad. Cute little town. I actually, to get out of here, I'm gotta head back that way. But I just, we walked through here. Oh, my water ball's shaking around. Walked through here yesterday, as the sun was setting. But let's do it again right now, real quick. It says no rain till Sunday. Oh, well, I'm getting ever so lightly sprinkled on. Wow, so much activity. Construction over there, forklift over here. Is that stone? What's that? Boxes. Right. Let's not get hit by a forklift. Alright. I don't trust forklifts. Cute town. It's kind of cold. It's windy. I might have to put a sweater on. I didn't even. Most of my layers are like shoved way down in my bed because I'm like, oh, yesterday it was like 23. It's gonna be more of the same. It's not more of the same. It's different. Don't walk in the middle of the road. The thing about that is it's really hard to walk on the sidewalk because like cars just park on the sidewalk. Like, yeah, I just walk down the side. No, it's really hard. It's really hard to walk down the sidewalk in Europe. All right. We'll go right somewhere. Maybe not there. Oh, police. Not in England, it isn't. Like some of your old, like smaller towns would still have a kind of setup like this, right? Maybe. It's down here. Montpellier is the goal today. Yeah, I think that'd be a light goal. It's only 120 kilometers or something. It's starting to rain more. If I can sit and eat and drink inside, then I might do that for a few minutes. I don't think this will last that long. I see blue sky out there. Oh yeah, it's this place. Over here. Oh yeah, here's the legendary wall we were talking about the other day. That he rebuilt. Artisan Boulanger Patisserie. This is exactly what I need in my life.
C'est ce qu'on appelle un improvisé. Bonjour.
Voilà, c'est ça.
Bonjour.
On va être filmé, c'est ça, on passe sur téléphone.
Je ne parle pas français.
Ah,
je suis canadien. Like a film de Autostop, Europe.
D'accord.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Un chocolatine?
Oui.
Un croissant?
Oui.
Une quiche.
Il parle de quiche?
Moi, celle qui m'a tué, c'est le.
Vas-y. Vas-y.
Do you do café?
Oui.
Oh. Konnichiwa. Really? Coffee? Hi. Arigatou gozaimasu. Watashi tsukutta. Watashi. You made? Yeah? Ah. My wife. Your wife? Ah.
Ça va?
Et voilà, merci.
Alors l'autre là qui m'a pas laissé finir. Non. J'ai mal fini. C'est comme si là.
I don't know what's going on with the network. Like, it should be okay here. Aren't you Canadians supposed to learn French properly in school? If you mean properly by 3 years in early high school when you don't care about anything, then yeah. It actually depends where you are in Canada though. But I'm from the least French-speaking part of Canada, I believe. The West Coast. Yeah. 6 upload should be fine for more than this, but yeah. Just temperamental. Do I get like a fork? Or do I just pick this up? Do I pick this up? No, I need a fork. I got a quiche. I have a spork, but I'm sure they'd give me one. I'll just use my... No, okay, I'll do it.
Non, vous le voulez pas? C'est la star, mais on fait la prendre par ta femme.
Ah oui, c'est vrai.
Allez, on va travailler un peu. Allez.
On va juste use this one.
Ouais, c'est jamais au sujet, c'est normal.
Fork, use hands. It's gonna fall apart on me, I can tell, but yeah, I can. Usually I actually don't take really sugar in any coffee anymore, but lately I have been. We can hand eat this. Yeah, we can do it. This place is bumping. Is coffee good? Yeah, it's nice. That is quiche. It is quiche. It's good food. It's, you know, it's like egg and a bunch of stuff in it, so it's like sets you right for the day. Does traveling not get mundane and boring to you after a while? Does normal day-to-day life not get mundane and boring to you after a while? Working Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Getting your 2 days off on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Probably dedicate one of those days to just relaxing and maybe a few house chores. Maybe you're feeling sprightly, go do something on Saturday. Every single day I wake up in a place I've never been before, finish the day in a place I've never been before, and I never know what's going to happen. So, I'm constantly traveling, but every day is different, and I meet new people every day. Thank you, Hitch, for giving us nice content. Keep going that. Thank you. Kushal Virgin. That one. Where do you shower? Well, I was invited over to a guy's house who picked me up hitchhiking last night, and I showered this morning.
Non, je pas, ça fait trop de frais, et puis il me dit, je voulais pas que je prenne le petit, parce que ça me coûtait des sous, c'est dans le regard. Puis moi, je voulais pour le petit, à la base. Alors du coup, quand je pouvais, là, je venais passer 2 jours vers vos parents. Salut. Quand je vais un petit peu plus de l'autre, mon petit, elle dit, je voulais vendre ma marraine. Non, mais
It's like pizza with creme de crust. Well, it's like a creme de crust is like similar to a pie, but then the middle part is like loaded with like egg and vegetables, and this one has like seeds on top. So,
Oui. Non, j'ai rien. J'ai vu que hier, il y en avait quasiment plus, j'ai mis tout le temps ce matin. Et là, j'ai un sachet. C'est tout.
it's called a quiche in French. It's called a quiche in English too. Or if you find this type of thing in a native English-speaking country, they call it a quiche.
Ok, je te rappelle. Je suis là, je suis à machin, je te rappelle. Vas-y, bisous. Vas-y, bisous.
Ouais, non, mais comment tu m'as dit, je l'ai mis au compte de route pour pas passer un jour à fond, donc je pensais que t'en avais.
When I leave here, I probably will actually throw a sweater on, which is yeah,
Ouais, j'ai le sachet de famille.
unexpected.
Ah oui, oui, ok.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bon appétit.
Merci, parce que même l'été, la chance de peut-être par moi.
So, as far as saying hello, do you say, like, just casually, people on the street, you say bonjour?
On se rencontrait à la fin.
Salut is also hi, right? Is that more like to friends?
Et
Moi, j'ai l'impression que au début, il va être tiens, on va payer. Ouais, ça va être des connards pas mal. Tellement que ça va ça.
ben ouais, parce que bon,
It just looks like you just woke up, almost looks like you got a pissed off look.
Non, je vais pas arrêter.
Like you're upset or something, probably not sure.
ouais, oui, mais
It's true that it's not true, I'm not upset about anything. But, yeah. Quite often when I start my stream, people tell me I look like I'm tired, which I interpret as, excuse me, Mr. Streamer, you look like shit. Thank you.
hier je regardais sur le côté, il n'y en avait plus.
Et Toto, faut qu'on a 100 et 50, faut qu'on a.
Bonjour equals salut. I know, like, they both say hi, but I haven't actually had anyone say salut to me. It's all been bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va, merci de baguette.
Je ne sais pas, faut déposer le pied à l'école. Ça, il n'y a pas le choix.
Ça dépend
Je cherchais hier, où le mets d'habitude, je vais trouver. Je sais pas, peut-être.
You can stream this for the rest of your natural life? Can
du
you actually describe to me what you mean by natural life? Does that, so like, does that mean like, what happens after my natural life?
Non, ça c'est votre sachet, est-ce que pour 22 minutes?
But no, I won't stream this forever.
Allez, merci,
Ça va? On va y donner un peu plus. Moi, j'ai attendu.
Hitch, I don't personally think I could handle it being away from home for a long time. Everybody's different. That's why you are streaming this and I'm watching. I think I have a very good personality for what I do long term. For one, I grew up moving houses every week from mom's house to dad's house because parents were split, and so I never unpacked. I just lived out of a bag, well, at that time, a laundry hamper. I never really established myself anywhere. So I think that makes me comfortable living out of a backpack long term, but also, like, I think I have a fairly rational personality. I think that really helps me traveling and dealing with the constant problems you get when you travel anyway, but especially this way. There's challenges and there's difficulties, but there's literally zero benefit to freaking out about that and panicking and stressing over it, because that doesn't accomplish anything. Like, when there's a problem, the rational response is to look at the problem and see if there's a solution. If there's a solution, then there's steps to take to accomplish the solution. So take those steps to accomplish the solution so you get out of the problem that you're in. If there is no solution to the problem, then why are you worrying about it? Because there's nothing you can do about it, so just deal with it.
Le camion est cassé, je vous le passe. On paye ou c'est gratuit? C'est fini ça.
C'est gratuit jusqu'à la caisse. Hein? C'est ça?
Mettez-moi une. Elle est bien belle. Comme ça.
Une société?
Ouais, comme ça.
C'est fini le temps gratuit.
Didn't your parents were divorced? It changes my view about you a little bit.
Vous voulez 30 centimes?
Si vous avez, je veux bien.
I don't know if it should.
Moi, ça me rend compte à la poche, mais si je fais pas le payer, mon patron me paye la poche.
Voilà, je pense que ça va pas rentrer à la poche. Vous avez ça perdu pour perdre votre poche.
Parce que des fois, les gens me disent, ah, mais
Allez, au revoir.
vous êtes payé à la com. Non, je suis pas payé à la com.
Divorces and stuff are usually very messy, and quite often the kids are caught in the crossfire of that. My parents, like, their splitting up was the most amicable thing, and like, me and my sister never really had any, there was never any drama. They never made us decide, they never fought for custody. I'm very proud of how my parents raised me and my sister, or very respectful, very, anyway, I think they did a good job. How old were they when they married and divorced? They're high school sweethearts. They got married. I don't remember if they got married before they started having kids or after. It was before. Anyway, they married young. They had me and my sister at like 21 and 23. I see his shirt in the dark, okay. But, like, because of how my parents handled it, I don't consider that like a negative part of my life. It's just like the best out of a situation that you can make of it, I think. Because, like, I think like some parents try to stay together for the kids' sake, but you know, you can tell when they want nothing to do with each other, right? I don't think staying together for the kids is the best option. So, is your mom gonna start streaming? She's talked about it a couple times. Yeah. food warm? No, this quiche wasn't warmed up. I probably could have asked for it warmed up, although I have no idea how to ask for it warmed up. Alright. Oh, I thought you had a normal nuclear family. Remember you guys at home, she's a natural? I think she'd actually be good at streaming. She's fun, she's entertaining. Yeah. This is our, this chocolatine, is it pain au chocolat? Pain au chocolat? No. These are always good.
Une fois, Ilan, il a mis un an, on avait changé de maison, pareil, il ne pas dormir un petit, je le mets, et quand il était à l'étage, il a barrière de sécurité, c'était levé.
So I think when I leave here, it's like a 20-ish minute walk to the National Road. It's a 40-minute walk if I want to walk to the service station on the expressway, the motorway, the big highway, if I want to do that. So I have to make that choice. The national highway's on the way to the expressway, motorway, service station, gas station thing. So if I get there and I'm like, I don't feel like walking any further, let's stick to the national road, I can do that. If I get there and I'm like, I don't know about this spot, I'm going to continue. I'm quite confident that gas station will be a good spot to hitchhike. It looks like a large service area. France is the best bread in the world. All over Europe, I eat a lot more bread things. Pastries, bread. It's usually pretty cheap, and it's usually pretty good. Quite often very good. It's in the national park past Montpellier, wild horses. I haven't seen it. Someone was telling me about that yesterday, I think, though. Hey, cool to see. I think I have seen wild horses, but only in passing, like driving down the road. I don't remember where that was, though. I just feel like I've seen it before. Trevor, do you see yourself settling down and having a family? One day, yes. Today, no. Within the next couple of years, probably not. Finding good cheese? Yeah, Gaspar was feeding me some good cheese the other day there. How much further do you have to go to TwitchCon? Over 10,000 kilometers. Okay, you look a lot more handsome with facial hair. Thank you. Usually when I'm actually hitchhiking, I don't let the facial hair grow out, and I'm not satisfied with my facial hair because it's patchy on the cheeks there. I like the ambiance of France in a place like this. We're coming in now, just bonjour madame. It's nice. I think it hinders the rides, having facial hair. Well, like yesterday and the day before, like, I still had scruffy facial hair, and I was getting compliments on, I'm like, why did you pick me up? And they're like, nice face. I'm like, oh, thank you. So, I don't know. I think if it gets much longer than this, then it'll look more, like right now it's just kind of like it's scruffy beard, which is a style, I guess. If it gets much longer than this, then it'll just look a little bit more unkempt. I just wish I knew more French. Should have paid more attention in school. Fish oil is very trendy in France. Think so? Right on. Bonjour.
Bonjour. Comment ça? On l'a mis? Voilà. Il te met ça trop?
You rush Montpellier or Toulouse? Montpellier. I'm not going to Toulouse. Going along the coast to Italy.
J'ai remplacé une de mes collègues sur un autre point de vacances. J'étais à Salse toute la semaine.
Ah oui, ça c'est vrai.
Non, non, dans 15 jours sur un projet.
Do you miss the tent after 2 days? Actually, yes. I do want to sleep outside. I was actually excited to sleep outside last night, but I got a really cool offer to stay inside someone's house, so I'll do it.
Vous en avez fait tomber une là. Je sais pas ce que c'était. Là, regardez. Là, vous avez 50 points de 10 centimes.
Hitch is allowed to stream in Swiss. You can visit that mountain and see the highest mountain in Europe. What is the highest mountain in Europe? Is-
Ah oui, il faut la passer
Isn't that
en
like-
mesure parce que sinon.
Mount Elbrus or something? Isn't that in like Russia?
Mais oui, après quand on fait les grosses courses, on met un carton rouge normalement.
Or am I getting my mountains
Oui,
mixed
voilà,
up?
avec 100 pods et tout, ouais. Allez, merci, bonne journée.
I like mountains though.
Bonjour, dites-moi. Hop, 90.
Mount Elbrus is Russia/Georgia and then border-ish. Is that considered the highest mountain in Europe though? I think if you're doing the seven
Merci, bonne journée.
peaks, I think they count it as Mount Elbrus. I could be wrong though. That's the highest mountain in each continent. Actually, let me look. Seven summits. Alright, there's a Wikipedia article. Seven summits are the highest mountains in each of the 7 continents. Okay, here we go. Bonjour. Okay. The 7 summits depend on the definition used for a continent. In particular, the location of the border of the location of the border of that continent. This results in 2 points of variation. The first is Mont Blanc versus Mount Elbrus for the continent of Europe, and the second depends on whether one includes all of Oceania or only mainland Australia as the continent, which results in either Punkat Jaya or Mount Cusco, respectively. This also gives rise to an list called 8 summits. Really traveling to TwitchCon in May, or are you traveling via Africa? No, I'm traveling via all of Europe. Like over 30 countries in Europe. I was gonna save this, but I just want to eat this croissant. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
This is not every time someone comes in, they say hello. She said bon appetit. I love it. But yeah, if I took the most efficient route from where I started in Europe, I started in Lisbon, Portugal, and if I hitchhiked straight to Amsterdam, the most efficient route, it'd be like 2,000 kilometers, We're doing more like 12,000 kilometers. Going through Switzerland at all? I'd like to. We'll see. I can't really stream much in Switzerland because Swiss privacy laws are awkward. Killing me, my best French bakery's 2-hour drive into my car. Didn't have 200,000 miles on it, I'd probably go. I got picked up one time by a guy in southern Ontario. Probably somewhere near Kingston, I'm guessing. And the guy was just gonna drive to like the next town on the 401. And I told him I was trying to get to Montreal that day. We still had a few hours of daylight, but I'm trying to get to Montreal. He's like, oh, there's this smoked meat sandwich place in Montreal I haven't been to in like 2 months. Sometimes I just drive down there to get a sandwich because it's that good. Bonjour. So he's just like, I'm just gonna drive you to Montreal, which is another like 2+ hours down the road. You know, like 2.5 hours out of his way. Just because apparently picking me up gave him a reason to go and drive and get his favorite smoked meat, Montreal smoked meat sandwich. Small towns in France are great. People are much more friendly compared to Paris, for instance, but I guess that's pretty natural. It's very normal worldwide, I think. People are much more, I think in smaller towns, things feel like they're much more at a casual pace. Like, I'll just get a lot more people talking. You'll get a lot more people talking to you in small towns than in big cities.
C'est que ça fait quand même des différences de température, le corps.
Eh ben ouais.
Il faisait 17 ce matin.
Oui, il fait pas froid. Allez.
How was your overnight stay at old mate's house, Paige? It was good. We chilled for a bit when I ended the stream. We made dinner, we chatted. He told me about like different trips he's done. He does a lot of diving underwater. It was good. Many travel vlogs from Switzerland on YouTube. Don't even have any problems. And the thing is, for live streaming, you know, YouTube's kind of different. Someone who streams professionally, like for their job, went there and streamed there and had a lot of legal problems there. For me, that precedent has been set for this type of platform, this type of format, that I shouldn't. That was the country you'll visit? Not really. Well, you could kind of formulate one. I kind of showed the general route I'm looking at, and it's easier to describe where I probably won't go because I'm really hitting most of Europe. So I'm probably not going through Ukraine, Moldova, Malta. Good chance I won't go through any Russia, so Russia or Kaliningrad. What else? I think I'm missing a few, but yeah. No respect, Trev, but if you truly think hitchhiking is safe, why you never hitchhike in the Middle East or Africa? Well, I'd like to go through certain places of those regions at some point in my life, but it's so much logistically easier to go, like when we're talking about Europe, I just fly into Europe and then it's open borders for almost all of it. You just go wherever you want. It's easy. Once you start going to more out there places from like a Western perspective, it gets more complicated logistically. Also, internet? Yeah, it'll be harder to stream. Well, I don't actually know. Like, I don't know how the network is in different places. Going through Poland this time? That's the plan.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Have you hitchhiked in Finland? Not yet, but we plan on it this time. It's like one country town after to avoid dangerous one stuff. Yeah, and I would like to. It just takes planning. I actually have to like look at it and decide where I want to go and where I don't want to go at this current point in time. There's nowhere in the world that I never would want to go to. It's just if some places are in a state of any kind of conflict, then it's, I think, irresponsible for me to just show up there and be like, woo, hitchhike. Right, that's fine. Any plans for Turkey? You can do it over Greece. Do I have plans for Turkey? I don't have that many plans. I have like a general loose route. I don't think I was planning on going through Turkey. Sure, certain countries won't let you in with stamp from other countries. I've heard that if you have a stamp for is it Israel?
C'est ce que je dis à tous les jeunes, tant que vous êtes dans les études, continuez parce qu'après quand vous aurez passé 2 ans, 3 ans, 4 ans, on n'a pas le même jeu. Que je vois des trucs que j'ai fait à 20 ans et que maintenant c'est 10 fois moins, j'ai le flemmasse d'en faire.
Du moment là, je me dis mal maintenant avec le boulot, la vie de famille, on prend des
I don't actually know enough that I should be able to answer that with any kind of confidence because it's here's I just randomly pulling stuff out of my mind.
Avec les gamins qui font la maison, moi arrivé étudier le soir quand on a fait la journée à l'école, juste comme je dois aller faire la formation.
It doesn't really show up that well on camera, but there's a big mosquito bite there.
C'était intéressant ce qu'il nous disait. Il y en a qui regardaient leur portable.
Okay. I'm ready to go. I think I'm gonna throw my sweater on, then we're gonna go. You have a Montpellier sign? No, I don't. Ooh, I should actually. I might have enough cardboard.
Allez, merci, bonne journée. Au revoir.
Or do you have problems with food while traveling exotic countries? No, I'm pretty flexible on my diet. Monaco today, it's too far. Montpellier is like 120 kilometers, I think. Why do I always forget the name of that? The next city, the next major city. Marseille is another few hundred. Oh, that's only like, looks like another 120 again. Oh, I really don't have that much distance. My loose, like, if we do Montpellier, I'm happy. If we do a little bit more, then that's great. Looks like between Montpellier and Marseille is like a lot of green space. Maybe we can. I still really want to camp along the coast of France. It looks very agricultural, though. We'll see. We'll see. Bonjour.
moins cuit que j'ai vu. J'ai pas eu mieux.
Brian, hey Trevor, how's it going? It's going good. It's a little windy and overcast today, but so much better than it was in western Portugal and Spain with all that rain.
Vas-y, j'ai mis ça. Ceux-là sont longs au début. Après, je trouve que de faire ça, t'as pas plus long. C'est long, j'ai que des courses ce matin. C'est pas ça. C'est pour plus long que j'ai trouvé ce matin. Allez. Ceux-là? Ouais. J'en ai progressé. Oh, c'est bon.
Well, they went from awful to fantastic around circles. Yes, and that's when I just like cowboy camped outside with no tent, just looking up at the sky. It was quite nice. I might lose connection a little bit as I walk through here, because that's what happened last night.
Merci.
Merci.
Merci. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Let's go through Derek's wall real quick. This is the wall that he. Well, I think you can kind of see the contrast in stones. To me, it kind of looks like right around here, running down. You can see a bit of a different color in the stone as it ages, because I think this is fairly new. The top section that he rebuilt, it'll probably blend in with the other rocks, or the rest of the stone wall. But you can kind of just, at least by my eye, you can kind of see the old versus the new. But yeah, the guy that gave me a place to stay last night, he does a lot of construction and stuff like that, and stonework and woodwork, and yeah, he repaired this wall. But yeah, yesterday we walked through the little door there. He was telling me about the little window that you can shoot out of. It's pretty thick. Like, that's a thick wall. And we're just gonna walk through this again because we can. Little door. There you go. Let's see, Dona. All right, let me check. Such a janky setup for notifications. All right. Kashi with the $5 donation, the $5. Thank you very much for your next croissant. That's more than a croissant. I appreciate multiple croissants. It will be used here, especially in France, but really all of Europe. I do eat a lot of pastries. I eat a lot of pastries everywhere. They're just especially good in this area. Just go to Carcassonne, a nice fortified city. That's if I was going towards Toulouse, is it on that road? It's northwest from you or west even? It's like inland if I was gonna drive on the expressway, because I think we went past it on our way to Andorra last year. Which way are you going? Right now I'm walking to a highway which is outside of town, either a national highway or like a motorway toll highway. I have to pick, but So the national highway's closer, and if I decide to go to the expressway, larger highway, I have to walk past the national highway anyway, so we're just, one way or another, I have to walk that way. See, like, just walk down the sidewalk, Trevor. Can't. I can't. Wait, are you not supposed to drive, or not? Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, it's narrow. I can walk on this sidewalk. Are they just like not allowed to stop on this side? Pass by Provence on your way to Italy. It's very popular among American and English-speaking tourists. It probably isn't that popular right now. Like, I was walking through like touristic places along the coast yesterday, and they're pretty sleepy right now because it's the winter. They're still nice by, you know, Canadian definition, but a lot of the stuff's closed and yeah, a little sleepy. You're away from the main road. Yeah, so I gotta walk to the main road. Well, one of the main roads. There's two different types. Cars are tiny since gas is so darn expensive. Yeah, I have heard that's part of the mentality. Your gas is more expensive, but then also, like, on streets like this, I think I'd much rather have a little compact car than a huge SUV, because, like, just navigating around like historic European cities in a bus of a car would just be like, not as fun. Not as fun. I've ended up in Maastricht, the Netherlands. Go to the river in the city, go to Nautica Janssen. It's a fuel tank station for ships. Hitchhike on a cargo ship up inwards the Netherlands to end up close to Amsterdam. That'd be pretty cool. Like, I've talked to, actually it was in the Netherlands. I got invited over to a couple's house on Texel, and her husband worked in the cargo ship industry for a couple decades. And I asked him about hitchhiking on cargo ships, and he said, I think how he kind of worded it was like, that might have happened a long time ago, but it's quite regulated now and be difficult to swing that these days. So it's like the only people that hitchhike on cargo ships now are stowaways. And he said from his experience in the industry that they usually end up dying, which is quite tragic. Essentially they stow away in some kind of cargo, and between the elements and everything, it's just, they don't survive the crossing. Tessa's this amazing friendly man with his proud atlas map. Yeah, we're all about the different geography kind of conversations, which I enjoy, that type of conversation. Traveling by the south coast to Italy. Yeah, that's our current. Bonjour. It's talking about river ships, not ocean ones. I just figured the rules on cargo vessels would be similar between ocean and rivers. That might not be the case though. Remember, you didn't even hitched on Tesla? The lady just randomly picked you up from the parking lot. Yeah, so I walked onto the ferry and I got there and I was just gonna like walk, and because it was nighttime, right? Walk and find a place to camp somewhere. And she just was like, do you need a ride somewhere? And I'm just like, sure, I'll take a ride into like town or something. And then we got going, she's like, oh, you can sleep at our place. I'm like, okay. Okay, thank you. You're very kind. So yeah, that wasn't even like a hitchhike thing. That was, well, it's almost, no, it isn't. Just a kind person offering you a place to sleep for the night. Which is what happened last night as well. Let's actually look at a map. To hitch a narrowboat? That would be very cool. That would be very cool. Alright. Oops. Oops. Yep. So just maps. Yeah, we just stay on this road until we hit a roundabout, and that's the national road. That's a D road. I don't know. We were calling it national yesterday, though. If I walk a little further, then I can get to a gas station on the motorway. How often are you ever home? I do like 3-4 trips home a year. Like on average I travel for like 3 to 6 months and then I go back. Yeah. When I go back I go home for like a week or well, it's usually like between 1 and 3 weeks. This last one was like close to a month and a half. Pretty substantial. Are you wearing orange pants? I think they'd be considered like a kind of brown. I don't know, whatever this color is. Anyway, here's the coast. This is like the central area. Apparently, Derek was saying like they get a lot of mosquitoes because of the whatever the water here, because the actual ocean isn't until beyond that. They disappear for so long. That happens whenever I don't stream, like even for a day. Is he dead? Was he murdered? Beige tan or something. Yeah, it's a little bit darker colored than my normal pants. Usually they are definitely like a beige khaki kind of color. Orange Charleston, good to see ya. Just got off work. Mustard color? I think mustard, I just think a little bit more yellow in there. It could be. That's the other phone. This is the other phone. This is the OnePlus 6. They didn't know which way to go? Well, in 2020 we've got GPS, Google Maps. You can essentially at any time know exactly where you are and what direction you're facing. It's never been easier to navigate. And since I'm live streaming, I have internet, so I can just really search up anything I want to. Yeah, there's a split in the road. Which way do we go? I think we go that way. This Saint Marie Madeleine. What was the longest distance you hitchhiked? In one vehicle, 3,400 kilometers, 2,200 miles. If that's what you mean, and like with one person picking me up. This friend's gonna hitchhike from Utrecht to Santiago de Compostela, Spain soon. Ooh, that'll be cool. I do like that area of Spain. Northwestern Spain is nice. I was planning on going through there this trip, but then the weather was looking really bad. They're a hitch. Come across a town where 50,000 people now it's ghost town, the Sea trip. I think I've only said that a couple times, but I have said that because 50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town. Whenever we're in a place that's a little bit more deserted than people might expect. Yeah, I gotta break out the old Call of Duty quotes. I'd never tried a wine grape before. First time when I was hitchhiking through France, this is back in 2015. I think it was like later in the summer, around when they'd harvest, I think. And I was walking past, like on a really narrow road in rural France. And there's like vineyards like literally right next to the road. I'm like, ooh, I really want to try like a wine grape. I've never eaten one before. I don't want to like take wine grapes off the tree. But I saw one and it had dropped its bundle of grapes onto the ground. So I'm like, those will just spoil. They're not going to use those. So I grabbed the wine grapes off the ground and the ones that weren't, covered in, I just grabbed a few off of the little ground bundle. Tried some French wine grapes as I walked down the rural highway. About to rain. It was sprinkling a little bit earlier, but we'll see. Missed that line. That's pretty common in Japan. Yeah, on a lot of trips it's been pretty common. Maybe a little overused, so that might be part of the reason why I cut it down just a little bit. If I recall correctly, I think once you come down this valley, the network got a little bit worse when we were driving in Derek's car, so we might lose connection just a little bit coming up here, but we'll see. I think way in the distance I can see the expressway, the motorway. Let's see those trucks and stuff moving along way out there. There's like a blue sign and something. Yeah. This is in fact a two-way road. Well, it's a little cozy. The owner of those grapes was wondering where they went. I really try to be an ethical traveler as I go. Really try to not leave any negative, I don't know, take what's not mine or damage anything. Actually, yeah, you can totally see both roads from here. The closer one, you can see trucks driving along there. It's the national road, and the one further in the distance is the motorway. So they follow in parallel to each other. And actually, I think it was, we were driving with Derek yesterday. We were driving on the national road, and I'm guessing that used to be, I don't know how long ago, your main road, because there was like one big gas station, service station that was completely shut down and graffitied and covered over. I'm guessing what happened is that used to be the main road and it had all the traffic, and now a lot of that traffic is bypasses that road and takes the motorway instead. They're large for two-way road. Come to rural Scotland, see small two-way roads. The scariest ones I drove around, I think, were in like Ireland. Are any of the ones with like the super tall like hedgerows on either side? They're like super narrow, and like when you come around a bend, because of those tall hedgerows, you can't like see anywhere in front of you if there's any kind of corner. But people just fly down these tiny little, and like they occasionally have little pullouts where you can like let a car pass, but man, they go fast down those roads. That wind though, it's pretty good. wine, I think you were saying. Or grapes. Wine grapes. Yeah. Ever done a sign that says anywhere? I've never done the anywhere sign approach. What's your favorite white? Something dry, sweet? I'm really not that picky. So it depends on how I'm feeling. If it's hotter, I probably lean more towards a white wine that's like chilled. If it's cooler, more of a red wine kind of feeling. Sign location very far away, like hitching a sign that says for Rome. No, because I never have a sign for a location that's too far away because that just seems too far away. Although when I was hitchhiking in Russia, and I was in like Western Russia, like right off the bat, like I learned how to say like I'm trying to hitchhike to Vladivostok because I don't know many of the other places in Russia. So someone picked me up like, and I've still got like 9,000 kilometers to go before I get to Vladivostok. And they're pretty much trying to ask me where I'm going. I'm like, do I remember my Russian? You do have to stop in Vladivostok. They're like, Vladivostok! It's very far away. Oh, there's a stream running through there. Looks like people walk through there. There's a trail, or maybe animals walk through there. But I almost got the exact same response every time someone picked me up in Russia. Because I'd always say that I'm hitchhiking to Vladivostok, and they'd be like, what? Until I got closer to Vladivostok, and then it was more normal. Vladivostok is a beautiful city. Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed Vladivostok. And it was interesting, like for most of Central Europe, or Central Russia rather, a lot of the places we went through were rather drab and looked like they hadn't been invested in since, following the Soviet Union. There's a lot of poverty and stuff in the places I went through. And then once you get to Vladivostok, since it's a port city, it's, I think, fairly well off, and it's just like kind of a bustling, busy city. Kind of European. Quite a bit of contrast. Highest rides count in one country. We've done one trip, like the Hitchhiking America trip, the first trip I streamed. What was that? Is that high 200s? 300 ride? I don't remember actually. How did Russians take to being filmed? This is in 2015, years before I started filming my hitchhiking. You're gonna walk until May 2, 2nd, 3rd, 10 twitching laps down? No, I'm hitchhiking with a thumb, and then I sit for most of the distance on my butt in the passenger seat of a car. The goal is to just go to like 30 some odd countries in Europe before I get to TwitchCon Amsterdam. Something's give a driver a tip? Not really, because this is almost universally recognized as looking for a free ride down the road. Kind of like you're already driving that direction. pretty close to the national road now. We'll take a peek at it. I kind of just want to get, because yesterday was low mileage and I was okay with that, but I kind of want to get a decent distance down today, so we might walk to the gas station on the motorway, which is, I don't know how much further, but a bit further down the road. We saw there's car stop, ask for payment before you weren't in the car. Maybe there is. That's probably happened before. It's uncommon, and that's totally fine if you pull over and you explain the situation. Like, I can give you a ride, but I think that happened in Spain when I was heading north out of Barcelona. Then that's fine. But if someone's like hitchhiking and their thumbs up, and you pick them up and then you drive them 100 kilometers, and then you're like, by the way, can you pay me? I think that's a little bit strange, but yeah. Ever hitched in the wrong direction? Or two wrong direction? One time, the first time I was in Japan in 2015, I was in, where was I? Fukuoka, and I tried to hitchhike like the wrong direction out of the city. And like an elderly Japanese lady walked up and with the language barrier kind of figured out, she was asking me where I was going, and I'm like, I'm going direction, essentially north. And she's like, oh no, this isn't the right way. Gotta go over there. I'm like, oh. And like, the thing is, I didn't have cellular data in Japan at the time, but I had offline maps, and I had GPS, I had everything. I don't know how I ended up in that spot thinking that was the right spot to be, but I did end up in that spot thinking that was the right spot to be. But it all worked out in the end. Have you had someone ask you later, like when you drive down there? I think that happened in Spain once. What's going on with Spain? Like at a different time from the other one. Fancy's car, picked up Hitchhike. Last time going through Andorra, got picked up by a Porsche. Had a Mercedes convertible. Like plenty of BMWs and Audis. I haven't been picked up by what you could call like an exotic sports car though. It's a bucket list kind of item. Never hitchhiked a Tesla? Not yet. Which I think is surprising given how much I've hitchhiked. Had many experiences while hitchhiking and people inviting you into their homes? Yes. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. My first trip around Europe was like pretty much how I stayed clean. It was so rare for me to pay for any kind of accommodation or anything. But it's frequent enough that people would just be picking me up. It's the evening. They're like, you can crash at my place, take a shower, chill. That I think I stayed pretty clean. Hitchhiked Alaska? Yeah, just from Anchorage to Fairbanks. Gaspar messed up his eye. I should call and see if he's okay. Well, I don't think I need to call him. What did he do to his eye? Ooh, that sun makes it hard to see. Turn the brightness up. Big chance of getting a Tesla in Northern Europe. Yeah, when I was first went to Norway in 2015, there's so many Teslas. And no one picked me up. I hitchhiked from Bergen to Trondheim and then east into Sweden. Favorite time of the day? I don't know. I don't know if I have one. For hitchhiking, if it's sunny out, midday is a bit better because the sun's high and it's not in my eyes, it's not in the driver's eyes, it just works well for hitchhiking. If it's cloudy, it doesn't really matter. I prefer to not hitchhike during morning rush hour or evening rush hour if I'm in an area that would have a morning and evening rush hour. Here's our roundabout, just up here. These types of like bushes can quite often be good to camp in. No, but sometimes they're in swampy areas though, so you can walk in there and it looks like tall grass, but really the tall grass is like saturated with water. And just uncomfortable. Sunset is best. It's quite often not the best for hitchhiking though. If the sun's setting in a decent direction where it's not like blinding the driver, then maybe it can be okay, but a low sun on the horizon can make things awkward for visibility. So either hitchhike probably just where those cars are going, that way's north. Or if I walk a little bit that way, then I can get to service area. I think I want to get around service area to Montpellier. So let me just look at a map. Big gas station. I think I want to go to the gas station on the motorway, that is. So how do I get there? Looks like roads connect to it, so I should be able to access it. Sometimes you can't access these service stations on the highway. Directions. Alright. So yeah, we go through the roundabout straight. Alright. Windy. Smoke that justifies a phone call from Hitch. My interpretation of Gaspar is he doesn't like he doesn't freak out about situations. I think he's a pretty like rational, level-headed individual as well. If I cut my eye a bit, I'd address the situation. If I needed help, I would I'd be finding my way to a proper medical professional that can help me. So yeah, I could hitchhike down here, but I think we're gonna go to the motorway. Okay, go sailing with them. Well, the boat's under construction. We were thinking about putting out on the boat yesterday, but timing-wise, it just didn't work that well. Because it was gonna take up all day to do that. Initially, we were gonna go in the morning, but we did some chores in the morning before I started my stream, and he has a lot of stuff he's trying to do on the boat. Using walk mode or Google Map or GPS? Just Google Maps, but like I don't really put in walk. Well, yeah, I'll put in a destination, set it to walk, and it'll show me the route. But yeah, I have been invited to go with them on some kind of section of sailing, but that will be like after TwitchCon kind of thing. Also, they're gonna try sailing to TwitchCon, and I was super stoked, but they might not actually like get to TwitchCon in time, because I think that'd be like the coolest way to arrive. Show up, park your boat in Amsterdam, and then walk to the convention. Alright, which one was it? We're kind of taking back roads out to this motorway junction thingamajigger. I think it's this left way, maybe. Yeah, that looks right. Do 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 do. Are you streaming with Periscope? No. I think this kind of streams are more common there. For example, I see Copenhagen. What type of stream? Like just travel streams? Based on the name of the channel? So just like a outdoor IRL stream based in Copenhagen? I was talking with Gaspar about this from Awkward's Travel. He's travels and streams full time with his partner Tallulah. And we were saying like maximum on Twitch there's like 10 people that travel full time on Twitch as like their full-time gig. Have your speech ready for an hour of Twitch on? I don't need a speech. Picked up someone that has recognized you. I have people come by that recognize me all the time. In general, I don't take viewer rides because it's not hitchhiking if it's planned, but people come by and say hi. Watch Bald and Bankrupt. No. Sounds familiar, but no. Prepare for loads of hugs on arrival. Chances are, when I catch my final ride to Amsterdam, as long as I'm successful in what I want to do, it's a good chance I'll be dropped off a good distance from the convention center. And my rules for, and what I've done for the past 3 TwitchCons, is when I hitchhike to that city, I gotta walk the rest of the way. So, yeah, so for Berlin I had like a 15-kilometer walk, as I got dropped off in like South Berlin. The convention was like West Berlin, and Berlin's really big, so it's like a 3-hour walk. Have any stage time at TwitchCon? I don't know. No one's asked me anything yet. How that happened last time is I got an email from a person that works for Twitch being like, hey, we'd like to have you give an interview during the opening ceremony. Is that something you're interested in? I replied yes. Now I only got that email partway through my hitchhiking to TwitchCon San Diego trip, and that was only like a 20-something day trip. This is a 3+ month long trip, so if they were going to invite me to do something, I probably wouldn't even know until the final month. Probably really easily camp in anywhere in here. Not sure how many ticks are in this region, but when I see these types of bushes, I'm just like, oh, there's ticks in there. There's gonna be some ticks. Got lucky that the Rays in the south of Amsterdam next to a highway train station. Oh, okay, that's easy. Well, I try not to take public transportation either. Like, I want to get there on my own foot power to like finish it off. But there's a good chance I'll be coming from the south, so like through Belgium and north or whatever. So yeah, I think there's a good chance I can get dropped off in the south of Amsterdam. Already have a hotel booked? I don't have anything booked except for my ticket. I don't have anything booked though. How do you start with hitchhiking? My dislike for the buses in Canada, which is where I'm from, reached a point where I said, screw it, I'm gonna hitchhike instead. So I did, and I'm like, hey, I like this. So I kept doing it, and it escalated very quickly from there. Are you limping? The camera movement looks like limping. I get that comment pretty much every single day, and I'm not limping. It's just I'm holding the camera in my right hand, and the camera's gonna move differently when I do like a right step versus a left step, so it's gonna look like I'm favoring one leg, I think, just because of how my arm reacts to a right step versus a left step. Hey. Jake. Thanks for the raid, and everyone, welcome to Hitch. Where we're in the south of France, just north of Perpignan, on our way to Montpellier, and eventually hitchhiking to Amsterdam for TwitchCon, but that's not for another 3 months. So, welcome to southern France. These are vineyards, which I think sounds about right for southern France. But thank you very much, Jake. I do appreciate that. How's it going, everyone? If you haven't been here before, this is the stream where I show what it's like to hitchhike. That's where you stand next to a huge road like this, thumb out, and a car picks you up and they take you where they're going to. So that's what I've streamed for almost 2 years. But yeah, I've hitchhiked in total for 6 years, 4 years before I started streaming, in 32 countries and been picked up about 1,800 times. So, welcome to the hitchhiking stream. Currently I'm walking, there's a like motorway, actually I think they're called something else in France, but you know, I don't know what they're called in France, but like your large highway, it's just up there. There's a gas station here. I'm just walking to get to that gas station, which is a very good spot to find traffic heading this way. You can probably, if I zoom in, see, yeah, you can see the trucks and the cars driving along that road there. So I'm just walking towards that, where I'll be hitchhiking. I'll probably make a sign. I'm about 120 kilometers from Montpellier, next major city here in France, and then we'll see from there. I think I'll be able to get a direct ride from this gas station to Montpellier. Beautiful scenery. Yeah, let's give you a sense of the area. Here's a 360 panorama in glorious 480p resolution. I'm sure, like, you watch Jake, he probably streams in, like, you know, 720p, 1080p, like 6,000, 7,000 bit rate. Welcome to the stream where we stream in like 480p, 1,000 bit rate most of the time. So if you like high resolution streams, you've come to the wrong place. You've come to the wrong place. It's crazy you're hiking there. I've hitchhiked through kind of this corridor of France a couple times now. Done a lot of hitchhiking. Wait, let's do the thing. All right, in the past 6 years of hitchhiking, I've hitchhiked through Canada, Ireland, Wales, England, Scotland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Russia, Japan, Australia, United States of America, Iceland, Northern Ireland, Andorra, Spain, Portugal, Czech Republic, Fiji, Malaysia, and New Zealand. And this trip will add a lot more to this. The goal on this trip, like, we're still 3 months away from TwitchCon, and I'm not that far away from TwitchCon. From a Canadian's perspective, Europe's not that big. But why we're starting so early is because I'm trying to go through, we're estimating about 35 European countries is possible before TwitchCon Amsterdam. So yeah, let's see how many we can do. Let's see how many European countries we can do before we have to get to Amsterdam for TwitchCon. Fiji was so cool. Chill people. Yeah, Fiji was really cool. Because there's a big contrast between, like, the resort side of thing, which is why a lot of people go to Fiji. They go for the sun and the sand. So you've got your, all right, narrow road. You got your resorts, which are like pristine and beautiful, and a bunch of tourists there, and they're nice. But hitchhiking, I usually get picked up by the local people, and I found them exceedingly kind, and they just invited me into their houses several nights in Fiji. I was only there for a week, hitchhiking around the main island, because it's not that big. But there's a big contrast between how the locals live and all that resort lifestyle. What do you do before all this hitchhiking thing? I'm a business student, accounting finance major. Wait, I think I have to turn at some point. I've just been walking and not really thinking. I do think I have to turn. Uh-oh. Oh, no, we can do that. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. All right. We're good. How do you get around the language barrier? Well, we're in France here, so I'm Canadian. So I'm supposed to know a lot of French. Let me describe the amount of French I know. Bonjour, je m'appelle Trevor. Let's see, hitchhiking. Où allez-vous? So where are you going, I think? We got, désolé, je ne parle pas français. Parlez-vous anglais? What else do I got in my bag of tricks here? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? What else? I could probably pick out a few words here and there if someone's talking to me in French. I was just eating in a French little, in the town I was sleeping at last night. I was in a little bakery place and all the locals were saying bonjour, and I was just destroying a croissant and stuff, and they're like, bon appetit, which I thought was very cute. Because I don't think, you know, like if I was in Canada and I'm just destroying a croissant in a bakery, people would be like, enjoy your meal. But, you know, I liked it. I liked it. There, I can see the gas station. We're getting closer. I do a lot of walking or hiking, which is part of the word hitchhiking, you know? You're like, why are you walking so much? You're supposed to be like hitchhiking. Well, it's a kind of a, is that it's a combined word, you know? It's got two parts. It's got hitching with the thumb. It's got hiking with your feet. Also, people are like, you should wear Canadian flags on you. I got my one Canadian flag on each shoe, so I'm rocking double Canadian flags. That's a huge thumb. That's why I'm so efficient at hitchhiking. Only been walking for, I think in total, my Google was saying, from the town I was at over there by the water. Can you see the water from here? And glorious 480p. See that blue bit? Yeah, there's water. And behind that is actually the ocean. You have to go a little bit further to get to the ocean. That's the town I was staying at. I think it's been like, until it was like a 40-minute walk. Something like that. You're born to hitchhike. Thank you. You have a decent little thumb. I don't have a traditional hitchhiker's thumb where like your thumb bends backwards, but I just have I have long fingers in general, which can be fun. I can, you know, spread my hand really wide, got a long middle finger. It's good. I do not get sunburned. It's February, so even though it's sunny, the UV is pretty low. What else I can do? I can scratch my wrist with my hands. Wow. Party tricks, man. This is how you impress all of the ladies. Myth Raid with a 9-month resub there. Thank you very much. One-handed clap? Oh yeah. Let's see if I can. Okay. There you go. Oh, I guess I can fold my hand flat. There you go. All the hand tricks. See, I bet this is what you expected from the hitchhiking stream. Alright, we're getting closer to this freaking gas station. I think your hand is made for plastic. Yeah, maybe. It's very malleable. Alright, I think we turn right at this road up here. Hitch walking stream? Yeah. We do a lot of walking. How many steps are we at today? We only started streaming today a little bit ago. 5,000. Okay, alright. What time is it? Noon. Alright. On a normal day of hitchhiking, since I've been streaming, a normal trip, like if we average out a month, it's usually about 15,000 steps a day walking. So I do a lot of walking. Bonjour. I didn't expect a person to be there. Where are you walking to? There's a gas station almost straight ahead of me here. So this road just kind of leads to it. What day is TwitchCon? It's May 2nd and 3rd. I'd like to get there on the 1st. So we got just under 3 months. But I'm going a lot of places before we get to Amsterdam. Weirdest things you've seen and / experienced while hitchhiking. For anyone that knows the channel really well, it's a great opportunity to link the weirdest things we've seen on stream when related to hitchhiking. That's where you guys put all your, usually the first ones people link are like exclamation point chub, exclamation point blower, they're little Twitch clips that give you a sense for some of the stranger experiences. You have no money with you? No, I have money. I just, bought stuff from a little bakery. I just hitchhike and usually sleep outside in a tent. Much more famous, yeah, that's a good one. But if you're new, click on some of these links, Twitch clip links that people are linking here. Give you an idea of some of the weirder things. Shipment blowing up. Let's go. Shuck, good to see you. We're blowing up today because of Jake and Bake Live. Decided to raid the channel. So yeah, a lot of new people here today. Hope you're enjoying me walking through southern France, through vineyards that aren't in bloom. Shook, how are you doing? Cause you were really sick, right? Did you have like a flu or something? Or? Not so far from Carcassonne, but unfortunately not exactly in your way. Yeah, I'd be backtracking to get that way. I drove past it last time when I was heading towards Andorra last February. How long do you go for at a time? Like a trip? Now that I stream, usually my trips are like 3 to 5-ish months at a time. I think my first trip on stream was about 5 months. I was 4.5 months hitchhiking all around the US. And we kind of ended chilling in Hawaii for a little bit at the end. But we're really early onto this trip. It's day 11, so we're pretty much just getting started. Stay on the road, Frodo. Get off the road. Almost at our gas station. Gotta go take it easy. I hitchhiked. So yeah, Recon. I'll just call you Recon because the rest of it sounds difficult. I was night at the Wood Guy's place. That's an interesting description for him. For those who don't know what that's referencing, is I got picked up by a guy here in France, and he's from Belgium actually, but he's lived in France for 20 years. And he offered me to crash in a spare bedroom at his house for the night in a small town. So did that, and he had pretty much built the house himself, and it's all like custom stonework and woodwork, and we talked a lot about building things. I don't actually know anything about that stuff, but it was interesting to hear him passionately talking about all the different things that he built. And he did like a few stone walls around the city that the city contracted him to do, so I walked around the town and found those. It's a good time. He also cooked me a nice dinner. We had fish and potatoes and vegetables. It was nice. Didn't see the dinner. Yeah, I didn't stream the dinner because I was burnt out because I was hungover, because I was drinking with guest bar from Awkward's Travel the night before. Sorry, I'm just gonna pull this out here. Nope, not that. That. Let's see. Can we get this out? Oh crap! In the shade. Trying to. Okay. There you go. Can't see it very well, but that was my dinner. Fish and potatoes and stuff like that. Yo, how many rides do you think you're getting till TwitchCon? A couple hundred. Maybe around 200. How many kilometers you got to go? Trev, over 10,000 kilometers. It was quite good. And I always really appreciate a nice home-cooked meal. When I'm traveling, I don't eat a lot of home-cooked meals. It's all stuff from supermarkets and restaurants and cafes and lots of bread and pastries. I eat a lot of bread and pastries. Like catch your own dinner and stuff? No. I get what I can find. I don't have any cooking equipment. So, yeah. Nice Trev, epic trip. Yeah, man. Are you, Shuck, are you, because you've had a few days off, which for you is uncommon. You almost back at it? Holy. And then Awkward's Travel with the host as well. Tallulah. Thank you very much for the host there. And everyone, welcome to Hitch. Jake just hosted. Now Tallulah just hosted. Crazy. Right. So these service areas, because they're usually toll highways, you're usually not, they have gates them, or you're not supposed to drive in there because you're entering a toll highway, but they wouldn't know that you drove in to the toll highway or to the toll exchange thing, so they always block them from cars. But it depends which area. A lot of them don't care if you're a pedestrian though. But Awkward Trail, thank you very much for the host. I think a lot of you guys know who I am. It's a pretty tight-knit group of people that stream outdoors in this world. But I'm Hitch, and I hitchhike in vehicles like these, in places like this, which is a gas station on a highway. All the love today. If anyone's still here from Jake's stream, thanks for being here. And welcome. And anyone's here from Awkward's Travel, thanks for being here and welcome to the stream. I'll show you where we're at. So, gas station. There's two different ways to hitchhike at a gas station. There's the walking up to people and asking for the ride. I prefer not to do that. I think it puts people on the spot. I'm not so rushed that I need to I don't know, ask people directly. I prefer to just stand on the side of the road with my thumb out and a sign describing where I'm trying to get to. So I'll probably make a Montpellier sign, and then we'll find a spot that'll capture traffic decently and go from there. Also, I'm gonna see if there's a cardboard bin I can grab. I think I have enough cardboard to make a really basic Montpellier sign, but I wouldn't mind grabbing a sheet or two more. is windy today. But we can see Inglorious 480p, a bit more of the coast here. Try telling you about Gaspar. Oh yeah, how is, do you guys have an update on Gaspar? Because he cut his eye, right? And then people said that it was fairly minor. Usually in the morning you get more traffic. I prefer to hitchhike between the morning rush hour and the evening rush hour. I don't particularly like hitchhiking during either rush hour. So before or after that. It's windy. That's not good. Jeez. Yeah, it's windy. More than it was before, because we kind of walked up to the crest of a hill, which and the wind's coming from this way, so it makes sense that we're a bit more exposed. That looks like another hitchhiker. Bonjour. Parlez-vous anglais?
Good.
You're hitchhiking? Autostop?
Yes.
Where are you going to?
Lyon.
Lyon? Oh, okay.
Lyon.
Montpellier, Marseille, Italy. Yeah.
Okay, so we are in a fight.
We're fighting, yeah. You were here first, so.
The dog with my friend.
Oh, you have a friend too?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's not a problem.
Not a problem?
It's gonna happen well.
Okay.
Because
Are you talking to people? Or?
yes, I finished my hit, but my friend is blah 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 blah.
Oh, okay, okay. I might, you can talk to everyone and I might stand and with a Montpellier sign and come.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck. Hitch fight, yeah. So we're fighting, by the way, of a friend. I actually don't run into too many hitchhikers, so it's interesting. Alright, seem nice. They're going to Lyon. We are going in different directions, but for now we're going in the same direction. I guess all the roads converge up here. I did want to see if there was a recycling bin though. Whew, it's windy. Hitch fight. So it's actually kind of interesting. So places like this, I think there's plenty of room to share kind of hitchhiking. But say like I'm trying to hitchhike out of a city, and quite often the best place to hitchhike out of a city, I think it's all going to be behind this fence, all their recycling and stuff like that. It's probably locked up, but that's okay. When trying to hitchhike out of a city, quite often the best spot to hitchhike is on on-ramps onto major highways before it becomes illegal. So I couldn't walk down this highway and hitchhike, but you're allowed to be a pedestrian at these service areas